Club NGMI.
We are so glad you made it to Club NGMI. It's been hours in the making, working with Babs, working with Lou, working with the people who are to be named later, behind the scenes. Excited to come with you. Excited to come with you eventually. This is our first date. Let's take it easy. We're going to come on this journey in NFT world together. So first, I want to introduce folks. I'm Dangy Wing, also known as Tom. Some of my friends in the real world might be here. Hello. This is what I've been doing and how I've been wasting my life or making money. We'll find out later on. Let's bring in Lou. Lou, what's going on, man?
Hey, guys. Happy to be here. We're starting up a stream by popular demand, and it's definitely, like you said, hours in the making. But in reality, I think we've kind of been having a few weeks, even months, where we really had this sort of going behind the scenes, but now we're making it a reality, which is pretty fun.
Lou's a liar. Babs, what do you have?
What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm super stoked to be here. What started out as a joke turned into an actual podcast, so pretty happy. Been having the time of my life doing NFTs the last couple months. Happy to talk about it. Happy to have everyone here to watch us talk about it. Excited.
Let's start here. If you look in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, up there, past Lou's head, you'll see Deposit Kingdom. So we're all here because of the king of the Deposit Kingdom. There you go, Lou. Thank you. Mr. Peter Overzet. We're now a member, an offshoot in the Zetaverse, joining forces with other groups that are powerful. Brian gets it. He's down with the Zetaverse. He's down with the Deposit Kingdom. We enjoy hanging with you all in the Discord. That's where it all began. We've been chit-chatting about NFTs. Babs has been minting and maybe parenting. Maybe we'll get to both of those things and making money down there in the Deposit Kingdom forever. And so now we decided, let's bring it into real life. Let's see what we look like behind these avatars when we buy these avatars. So speaking of buying these avatars, Lou, what have you minted this week? What'd you go for?
Oh, man. It feels like in a week you can go over so many different things that were minted. But I'd go with some of the things I'm a little more excited about minting this week.
That is not fair, Lou. You're just starting out with the good stuff.
Well, more so stuff that I'm still holding on to, or there was a lot around it that I'm going to remember minting. So, we had the Rabbit College Club. That one was more on the fail side. We were pretty excited going in on that one. The Chicken Derby, I'm still pretty excited about long term. Obviously, it's going to be a little while before we're going to actually see anything as far as the game goes with that one. We got the Timix AB. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that one.
Tell me about the Timix. You've been chilling these Timixes in the Discord for a while.
So
I think everyone's just making fun of you.
King Sei-san.
It was me. I saw a tweet. I shared it instantly. I went and bought one, and then other people followed me. So, we're off the rails. But yeah, it was me that brought it. Lou followed instantly. I'm not sure why we bought them. Lou's now hanging on the Discord, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I went in. I was the 10th person in the Discord, and I saw what actually got me is outside of Bab's message. I saw a couple people on Twitter that I knew and respected that talked about it as well. And so I was like, okay. And then I did my normal, when I go into a Discord, you check the members in there. Obviously, there was only 9 other names to look at in this case, but I recognized 2 of them. So I was like, okay, maybe this is legit. Maybe there's a team behind it. And so, I went in the Discord. I started talking to people. They seemed excited about it. The creator seemed excited about it. And so I bought one. And it was at 0.008 for ETH. And then it was a girl in a box, and she had cat ears on. And I was like, the internet loves cats. And it was one of 2 at the time that even had the box as one of the properties. So I was like, it's rare as well. And so I bought it, and I was like, at worst case scenario, I'm supporting the creator of this project. And then, 3 days later, it sells for 0.08 ETH, which is 10x. And now I'm hooked. There's over 160 people in that Discord now. So it got in there at ground level. And it seems like they're trying to make it into this real project. So I'm gonna stick around and see where it goes.
Those 2 minutes of Blue pumping his dumb bags. That was a good story.
So wait, Blue's like, hey, I went in this Discord. I recognized 2 people. I minted it for pennies, and it 10x. So now I love it. It's a great project.
Yeah, I mean the same with the Bruno bananas that we got too. That's another one that Babs pumped, or I forget who pumped it, but they mentioned it, and then they didn't protect any of the good numbers. They didn't even buy any of them, and we bought the good numbers, all of the black and white Brunos, and those were the ones that were the high demand. So it's just, some of these smaller projects, and people are saying it in the Discord today, like those are the ones that sometimes become better than these minting ones because people are choosing what they want to buy. They're not minting and playing that rare lotto. They're picking something that they consider, to be more valuable than the other options at the time.
Lou, I have a lot of questions about Brunos. Were Brunos the 3D ones? Were they 3D?
They were the bear monkeys.
Okay. So I have a thing for 3D figures, so I would have probably been in on the Brunos. Second question, this one's for Babs as the resident Canadian. Bruno and the Banana Bunch is a Canadian TV series? What did you know about this?
I do not know that.
Okay, DYOR. Don't be these people. Yeah. Just Google Bruno Banana before you spend your hard-earned Canadian money on these bananas or your US dollars as in Lou's case.
We made a killing on those bear monkeys. I'll Google it. I've never actually heard of it.
Yeah, see,
other than the fact that we made some good money selling some bear monkeys.
Okay, we've already established the theme of the show. The theme of the show is Tom says do something considered. Tom doesn't make money. Babs and Lou spend money, and then they make money. It's gonna be awesome. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm gonna just show up shirtless because I won't have a shirt anymore pretty soon. Because I think that's what the ETH people want is my shirt.
So we talked about those ones, but we didn't actually talk about like the real minting projects this week that actually mattered.
No, we got to go to you. We're going around the horn.
I didn't mint that.
Yeah, you didn't mint those. You're just picking random things you like. The actual minting ones, like the best ones of the week, obviously, were Subducks. Did either of you guys mint Subducks?
I need to tell you about
Subducks. Around.
Thank you, Lou. I was called out for not minting Subducks. Here's what happened before Subducks happened, Babs. You have 3 kids, right?
3 kids.
Okay. I have 2 kids. Very quickly, Friday, my oldest busted her chin, had to get glue, whatever. She's okay. She's fine. Saturday morning, we feed my son, my 8-month-old, some peaches and some eggs. He gets a rash on his face. We're like, oh. I start Googling like, oh, eggs, anaphylaxis. Like, what does this look like? He's fine. But I should have started there. He's fine. That happened. Then I'm carrying him around, hanging out with him. Just projectile vomits all his food, the peaches and eggs. So then you guys are just chit-chatting about, hey, let's get these eggs and make some money off of them while I'm just cleaning up vomit with me and my wife and my toddler. So that's what I was doing during Subducks. Okay.
Would you have minted Subducks if you had time?
No, because my bags are too heavy right now. We'll get there. We'll get to my list soon.
Okay, well, that was the whole question. So yeah, like Subducks, I found ended up pretty well for most people that minted them. Still have a pretty high floor. I actually like the art because it's a little different than mostly everything else. We're in it for the art, not just to carry heavy bags. But then the other one today, obviously, was the 12-year-old kid whales, which I'm a big fan of the whales. That was a great hour worth of minting. Tom, did you mint any whales?
Babs, again, I'm doing everything I can. I'm playing golf. I was literally slinging pizza dough at the time, half parenting because my wife was there, half parenting as well. Slinging dough into a hot oven. I messed up the first dough because what happened? My daughter took a shit and she's still of the age where you have to wipe her butt. So she's yelling while I literally have the pizza on a peel. which if you've ever done this, you have to go quick because it's going to stick. So I have the pizza on the peel, put the sauce on the peel, more moisture. Then she starts yelling, which is her thing. Dad, come wipe my butt, which is just how it goes right now at the stage of my life. You know how that is. So yeah, no, that's what I was doing while you were making money. I was making pizza and wiping butts. I did wash my hands. Thank you for asking.
Kids are very negative, Evie. I get that.
Yes. Yes, Tony. I know Pete's here. Thank you, Tony. Pete's here to support the Deposit Kingdom. I appreciate that.
That's a lot of pressure.
It's not pressure.
No,
Pete's just okay.
He's just a regular guy. He's just a regular guy.
Let's say you're at Other Half Brewery the other week, bumped into Pete. What would you say? Oh, hey Pete, nice sour. He probably had a sour at Other Half, right? Yeah. That's it. He's just Pete.
No, I'd probably be like, oh my God, Pete, you're my hero. Let's hang out. Can I come?
He's not our idol who legitimately like helped me get through a pandemic. He's not that person. He's just Pete.
Just a guy. Okay.
Just a guy. So let's talk about, I'll blame Pete for this, things that I minted this week. I minted chickens. I love chickens. I've loved chickens for a while. I don't love the avatar projects. I don't get them. Chickens will race. I like racing. Let's go. Did the chickens. I minted pills. No, neither of you brought up pills. Why didn't you bring up pills, guys? Anybody mint pills?
I did mint pills.
Minted pills, and I sold them like a normal person, and I don't hold heavy pill bags like you, Tom.
I have one pill left. I believe I minted 2 and bought one that popped up as rare. And so, I'm free rolling this one, so I'm just going to ride it out, I think, and see what the virtual reality side of it is.
Yeah, I would love to take virtual drugs because I don't really do drugs right now at all. I don't do drugs. I want to do them in the metaverse. That's what I want to do. I would love to go in one day, this stream, we're just tripping balls off of, let's look at these properties. What do we have? Oh, I want 5 of 100 encountering mythical being. That's what I want.
But let me ask you, like, you do that one time and it's kind of cool, but you're not going to be like, using these pill effects every Friday night, constant utility. Like, I get the fact that the pills are cool, they look cool, but do you actually think they're going to stick around and be relevant long enough for anyone to care, say, in a month from now?
Yeah, that's true. Where it's like, is it the type of thing where you do it once and like that's just good enough?
It's cool.
Probably. Like like you said, like it's virtual tripping. Like it's not like people are gonna have to feel the effects, right? So yeah, it's more like watching a video, right?
Yeah, so like we're getting addicted to it. You try it once, it's cool, but you're not gonna, the nice thing about drugs is if people get addicted to them, they keep coming back, right?
So we're just starting, as we know. First stream, first episode. We don't yet have that sweet YouTube revenue coming in to pay for bits. If we did, I would have bought us all the 3D drunk goggles, and we would have done the stream with the drunk goggles as the original metaverse pills. Because that's basically like, what else could it be? That's Babs. See, I went 1 layer deep. You went 2.
But that's why I was like, I have 1 pill still, but I think I bought 5 or 6. But I had no interest in holding them, just because I don't think there's, it'll be cool to try one time. I just don't get why it's going to stick around more than these avatar projects will.
I think it's the type of thing where the idea is you can connect it to, like, say, your ape or, these characters in the metaverse, and they can, consume these pills, and then maybe there's something that goes off of that, but I think that's what people are excited.
Differently. Here's the thing. I'm fudding my own bags. I have the heavy pill bag. I think the project's the dumbest thing I've ever seen, because I play video games. I used to, like, when you drank 2 beers and your character would just walk slow and like drag, that sucked. It was just a worse video game. It wasn't fun. It was like, it didn't feel drunk. I didn't feel like calm and relaxed. No. Okay, that's terrible. So that was pills. I also minted art, like legit art. So that's cool. I like that. I should bring it up. I'll bring it up
Yeah,
while you guys are talking in a little bit.
What's the artist?
I'd have to look up his name. I even DM'd with him briefly. Well, I'll get there. You'll learn. My memory is terrible, so I have to pull things up. But I'll show the art for sure. It genuinely resonated with me. So it literally was for the art. There are dozens of us that legitimately like the art in this Discord. We don't show our faces often, but we DM.
To be honest, I would like to get into some of the art. My problem is it's always a gas war, and it's hard to know which ones are good to target. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to hold these heavy art bags either. I want something that people actually are interested in. I could see buying a few pieces that maybe I like for myself, but otherwise, like I always want something that someone's going to pay more for it later than I did, right?
Yes, and I understand that, but that's. Brief aside, then we'll continue in the show sheet. It's my job to keep us on task, apparently. For the people inside baseball, in RDM, it said, "Oh, Tom's the Pete." And I'm like, please don't do that again. That's not who I am, and that's never going to be who I am. Oh, Tom's the kitchen. I go, yeah, Tom's more the kitchen. That's a good idea. He's a dad, close to middle age, and just pretending to be cool. That's me. It's pretty great. Kitchen has recommended shorts. For me, it's pretty awesome. So this is the art that I minted. I really like this artist. I believe it was Anthony Hurst as the artist. And I connected, super long story short, my mom passed away when I was young. This is about his mom dying and like grief. So I related to it on that level as far as art. So Babs, your stance on, I want art that someone's going to want, I get, and I'm jealous of, but this was legitimately like, hey, I like this. I want to look at it. So the reason that I was able to buy this was because, Hurst is the dot guy. No, it wasn't that art. Who was it? I'll look it up in a moment. The reason I was able to mint this was because 2 weeks ago, if we did 2 weeks ago, it'd be a much better show for me. I minted I bought a hash demon, which is, I think might be the worst project I've ever seen. The art is terrible. It's allegedly a fighting game, and they messed up the images for the legendaries. So somebody in the Discord, Brave Sir Brian, said, hey, Discord, this looks different. What's up with this? I go, great, different. I'm going to buy it. So I did. It was a legendary. I bought at 0.08, sold for 4 flat after fees, which was awesome. So I have 4 ETH sitting around. So I said, I'm going to buy this art. So yeah, that's where I'm at on that's my big hit so far. When I sold it, it was literally a loading image, not like a waiting for metadata image. The real thing was a loading image. So
we have hash demons.
We have heavy hash demon bags.
Good luck on loading. Are those hidden?
Are
those?
No.
When to come out?
I'm keeping them for the game. I had one rare that I sold, and so I'm in the I'm heavily positive already. So I think I have like 6 of them. And my thought was, the game could come out, the game could be fun. The game sounded fun. That's originally why I was buying it. So I'm holding on to hash demons. I don't think it's, and I say this in the Discord a lot, where I don't think it's necessarily the best idea to just dump everything for 0.01, like within the first week or two of that project, because we see this with a lot of projects where they have this resurgence once some sort of news comes out, and especially when it's something like this with a game, the game could come out, the game could be fun, then all of a sudden people want it again. It goes from 1 to 0.05 for a floor. And, that's why I'm still holding on to them.
We'll get there. Okay. Other things that I bought Mintopoly, and that's the one that I think relates to what you're talking about, Lou.
I have that as well.
I am way into Mintopoly because I'm an idiot, but because I like these dumbass games. Fabs, have you looked at Mintopoly at all?
I saw you guys post it. I didn't actually look into it. So maybe explain it to me quick. Yeah, I know.
Great. It's not an avatar project. I know. It goes a little bit deeper than I buy low, I sell high. I know, Babs, it's hard for you. So basically this is an idle game. I don't really know what that means, but I think it's just you accrue currency while you just wait. So the whole idea here, which is, hey Babs, here we go. You make money, and that's the whole game. The idea is to make the most money in that session, which is 7 days long. And the trick here is it's crypto based, in that you initially start with a Bitcoin miner rig, and so you're making X dollars or currency at that time. Then you level up to Ethereum, you level up to a centralized exchange, decentralized, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you can choose when to buy these things. So you level up to make more. You can also hard fork, which resets everything, but gets you a bigger percentage when you're growing. It's the way I've equated it is it's a wax game on Ethereum. And where the Ethereum and the NFTs come in is they're NFTs. There are NFTs that will boost your abilities. So you can buy this thing that gives you 5% extra income on everything, but you have to own it.
I was thinking of it as there used to be these games that you would play in like an app on your phone where it was like Millionaire Maker or something like that, where you start and you buy different things that grow your wealth, and then at some point you can trade in half of your wealth to restart the game with more of a bonus, right? That's the basic idea of it. And the bonuses you're buying are paid for with ETH. And, but what I notice is there's some that it's the same price, but one might have a better benefit than the other. Like one's 4%, the other's 5%, but they're both 0.03. And so I was looking at those and buying the higher of the two. But I want to play the game first and see what actually is beneficial versus other things. Because it seems like there's, say like 30 of each card. And then if you are in the top 250, you get a different benefit that might be a one of one, or just rarer cards that in the next round of the game. And so it definitely interested me, but have you played it yet?
I did. I got caught. I caught it, and I honestly felt a little guilty, because I didn't tell you all about it when I was going into it, because it was over here. It's just this different weird project. It's a little different than what we normally do. So I played the beta. I enjoyed it. It was free, so that was exciting to me, and it is free to play. So you all can sign up. We can get a multi-level marketing scheme going of referrals, because you do get an NFT for referring. You do get another NFT. It's literally called the Pyramid NFT. I don't know why he did that. If you get 5 referrals. I'm already full, happy to say. I think this is the first time that a ref link from me has gotten full. So this is pretty awesome. I like that. Thank you for that ego boost in Mintopoly world. But yeah, it's a fun game. Try it. It's free. There are NFTs involved. The really high bull case for me is that there's people asking, like, what's a MetaMask? Why do I need an NFT? These things feel expensive, and they're like $50, which I know that it's like how rich, but when you translate it to ETH, that's half of a reckless whale or something. So, I mean, who cares if you're minting 10 of these reckless whales? So yeah, that's Mintopoly. And I'll segue to the last one that I minted, which was Reckless Whales, which will segue us into the whales that the people have wanted. Minted Reckless Whales.
I would say one thing, actually, real quick, based off of what you just said at the end there. So one thing that comes up a lot with these gamified versions right now on Ethereum is they have a high entry cost. So the barrier to entry is high. Like if you want to get into so rare, or if you want to get into Axie, like you have to spend half an Ethereum at least in a lot of these. And so that's over $1,000 is a lot to people. But on Mintopoly, I spent 0.1 ETH, which is around $200. So, a little lower today, but for $200, it sounds a lot better than some of these other games. And you're getting in early enough, and it's free to play, that you can get as many or as little cards as you want.
Is the game actually fun though? Like, how much work is it? Is it fun? And do you think it would last? Like that's the big questions for me when it comes to NFT games, right? Like if you're $200 doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're investing $200 in a game that you're bored of after 2 weeks, like that's a lot.
Okay. All right, Babs. I come from the wax world. I honestly got started mostly in wax. It's where shitty games live, they thrive, and they exist. So I got into wax because of Street Fighter. Thank you, Street Fighter. I got into Our Planet, which is truly idle, like in my opinion, except for fury, very short bursts of fury where you have to craft stuff. But I originally got into Alien Worlds and got rid of that very quickly. Lou threw his phone because he was very pissed about Alien Worlds. Because I was ashamed of what I was doing. So it's like I was cheating on my life. I'm like, hey, Google, remind me I would say, go online in 45 minutes. So I can go click one button to mine.
The Metal War game is the same way. Well, not anymore, but it's similar.
This isn't a wax show, Lou. You can come on the other show if you want to talk wax. My point is, this game isn't that. This game will accrue money at all time, but you can buy to like level up your mining power whenever you want.
It's like playing an app on your phone, more so, right? It's more like a game app. Can you play it on your phone?
It's really sorry, someone's attacking my other stream, and I don't love that. We're a community. Remember that. We've already shared that in the chat. So I'm into it. I think it's going to be good, and I've already tapped out of a different game that I wasn't really interested in for that reason. So let's go over to Lou. He wanted to talk about the macro view of NFTs. I don't know what the hell this means, because he literally was like, hey, I want to talk about the macro, the high level view of what NFTs are, maybe. So yeah, go ahead, Lou. Go off, King.
Yeah, I guess it's more so just the general state of NFTs right now.
My bad.
Yeah, not necessarily State of the Union, but just sort of, a couple of weeks ago, we were going on a specific path where it seemed like every day there was it was 0.08 ETH and 10,000 minted, and it was just whatever animal, this, that. And now it seems like people are getting pickier with what they want to spend the money on. And it seems like people don't want to spend money on anything that's above 0.06, I'd say, in these 10,000 minted projects, because they want to play the lotto. That's the main idea, right? Is you want to buy 5, because one of them hits as a rare, it makes up for the others. And so then what happens is these projects like the rabbits and the whales come out, and they have 0.03 or 0.02 to mint, and then people can mint 10 or 20 at a time, and then it becomes this gas war where the whales are coming in and they're buying hundreds of these to then dump on people that were prepared to pay 0.02. Now, it's only 0.05, but then because they bought 100 of them to dump, all of a sudden they just made 2-3 ETH off of people, and when you buy that many, you're probably getting rares in there too. So it seems like the process of minting has sort of changed to, if you do a lower cost project, it almost doesn't matter what the art looks like anymore, because it's going to be just everyone trying to buy in bulk and then just hit on those rares, which obviously like the other ones that like the bulls and things like that were like that as well. But I think there are people that are now more focused on what does it look like? What utility is here? Is there Discord? Does the development team seem legit? And what happens with that is all these people are looking to find a problem in the project. And so that's where the FUD comes out. And some of it happens before the minting and others happen after. So that's where, like the goblins, they had a contract issue. So then they had to rewrite a contract last minute. And when they rewrote it, instead of it costing 0.03, it costs 0.3. And people are minting them for 10x the price. And then people are like,
people still minted those? They still minted?
No,
they
can't.
Before they caught it.
They caught it right away.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the thing, is like, then they're like, the team's incompetent. Doesn't matter what they're gonna do. Like the everlasting pit of fire is probably not gonna work if they can't figure this out. That was the same with the bulls, right? Where they had to submit the transaction to open the contract, and then they didn't put enough gas on it, and then they had to push it back an hour. So then everyone's gonna question all of the next moves. But then there's these other projects like the Misfits, that the second one person posts a picture of a duct taped girl crying, then all of a sudden that's all Twitter's talking about. Why are you going to support this project? So I feel like everyone is more tiptoeing a line now in these projects where there's more eyes on it that are trying to find something wrong, and they want to be the first to tell everyone that they found something wrong.
What if that's just the market, though? Go ahead, Babs.
In general.
All I was going to say is, you know, like I do every day worry that we're close to the top, and like these avatar projects aren't going to last. Like I always worry that I'm like, oh, you know, one of these days I'm going to end up holding these bags. But then you have something come along like sup ducks, or you have something come along like these weird whales today, and people are spending 1 ETH on one of these alien whales. Like I don't think we're anywhere near the top. You know, this stuff still happens. I think the failed projects over the last week, the rabbits, the goblins, the reckless whales, all those ones had, let's say, questionable development teams, which I think what's caused, like as Lou said, caused the FUD, caused the floor price to crash, and caused everyone to want to dump their bags, right? Like everyone loves those cheap min costs, but all three of those failed. But I think they failed for different reasons. One being the art was kind of crap, and the development teams all messed up, right? So
Babs, like, you don't like whales with their eyes falling out? Like, you don't like the eyes?
The whales were terrible. The goblins were terrible. Like they just didn't look good. So I think that adds to people just like happily dumping their bags for a 30% recovery, right? And then no one wants to buy it. Everyone's kind of going down that drain. So I don't like I appreciate Lou's concerns, and I question it every day. Like, are we at the top? You know, like do we need to move off these avatar projects? I don't think we're quite there yet. Like, you know, we're still printing money certain days. So you're going to have some losers, but you're going to have some that are big winners, right? So, you know, Tom, I know you don't like these yet, but like, come on, join the fun. Mint some ducks with us.
I don't want to say that we're on the top either. Like, I'm not trying to say that by any means. I'm just saying I think that people are becoming more critical, the people that already have bags packed, you know, but there's all these other people who haven't even gotten into NFTs yet, who are going to, you know, like with Top Shot, right? Like as you're telling your friend, oh, I made 10x on this Timex, then they're like, oh, what's that? And then all of a sudden, when there's only 1,000 people going for these projects, the next time there's 1,500, and then the next time there's 2,000, you know? And so I think as more people hear about it, there's still plenty of room when there's only 10,000 being minted.
Lou, real question. Do you actually tell your real life friends about Timex? Have you?
That specific one? No.
Okay. All right.
I did. I told them about that one. I have a bloody nose, girl. You know, it's pretty graphic. And then I also told my friends I did mint one of those Kama gangs. Lou, how do you pronounce it?
Yeah,
Kama gang. Minted one of those. Told my friends. I sold it for, you know, a 0.1 ETH profit, so that was fun too. You know?
That one's never leaving my wallet. That's just a hilarious one to have.
Okay, I think that here's the three sides of Club NGMI right here. Lou, I'm always holding the sex position NFTs. I just want it. I always do. I love the story. That's Lou. Babs, I sold it and I made 0.1 ETH, which is just incredible. That's a lot of money that he just sold for sex position. To me, I don't want to mint it because the blockchain is forever and I have 2 children. So I don't want them to go back and say, oh, Dad, why did you do this? Like, I'm not joking. That's in my mind when I'm minting these things of like, it's just literally forever. That's the point. And forever's a long time. So I'll mint this skull that's on fire. I'm related to grief, but I will not mint these 2 people having sex. It's just so stupid.
Yeah. It makes sense. I mean, I get it. And it's one of those things where like in the moment it sounded like a funny, you know, just like do it for the bit.
Part of it's the fun though, right? Like doing that's fun. Like aping into Helmet Boys one night on a Friday night when everyone's asleep. Like we buy up the 15 supply Helmet Boy supply. Like that stuff's fun. That's what makes like this space fun for me, is like aping into stuff with all the guys in the Deposit Kingdom, making money while we do it. You know, some of it is honestly just for a joke, like the Chihuahuas. Some of them end up going from a joke to printing money. So, you know, that just makes it more fun, right? So at the end of the day, like a lot of this is entertainment value, but also making money at the same time. Like you got to love it for that reason.
Yeah.
So here, Women's Coin, here's the deal. Here, I already, before we went live, I said, I know our shticks already. I know who we are. I'm the guy who just loses money because I'm saying, what are we doing here? I don't understand it. And these two guys they just print money because they don't care. They don't have morals, I think. And here's the other part to remember, at least for me. I develop a rapport online pretty quickly. So that's why I'm able to give Lou and Babs a hard time, because I've never talked to them before now. So I hope they know it's in good fun. I hope the people out there know it's in good fun. One more programming note, and then we'll move on to, we actually have a guest, believe it or not. Episode 1, we have a special guest. It's pretty exciting. But the programming note is, we're talking like 10th grade level NFTs. We're throwing out terms that you all in the chat may not know, or you all on the podcast may not know. I want it to be open and accessible to people. I've had folks DM me asking about MetaMask, asking about how to set things up. I'm happy to help, and I'll be honest with what I do know, what I don't know. My ledger, it arrived today, so I don't know how to set it up yet, but I'll know soon, so I can help you all with that. So if you have questions, ask them. If you don't know what NGMI means, ask. We're here to help, and truly, I do mean it. We are here. I'm here mostly for the community, and to maybe make a few shekels on the side. That's the whole idea here. Anything to add, Lou or Babs, before we bring on our special guest?
Like, you act like I'm not in it for the community either. Like, I love the Deposit Kingdom. Like that. Like that's what makes this fun for me. You know, like hanging out with all you guys. You know, getting to do stuff like this. Like, you know, I'm honestly like having the time of my life. Like it is great. And NGMI, I say it's NGMI, clairvoyant. I saw your comment in the chat. I like to say NGMI in my head out loud, but yeah, like it's not going to make it. But hopefully all of us, we're going to make it just by, you know, having a good time and trying to sell some NFTs.
That's right. So yeah, Babs, I know you're in it for fun. I'm just giving you a hard time, buddy.
I know, but the best part of this is, you know, busting each other's balls and you know, just having fun with it.
Correct.
You know,
all right. So we have to get to it. We have a special guest. We have a member from the Club NFT Discord who I'm going to oversell the story, so I apologize in advance.
We'll bring him on first, right?
It's one of the more, we'll bring on Trey. I think it's Trey.
What's up, guys?
Trey?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Trey's fine.
What does the CP stand for?
My first and last name. Connor Peterson.
Yeah, I
don't care.
You doxed yourself already.
No, I don't really care. You probably could have already found it, to be honest, if you looked hard enough. So no point in hiding it.
That's true. We've doxed Silas pretty well already, so that's fine.
Thanks for having me on, though.
Yeah, happy to have you. Trey has a pretty good story, I think. I've heard one sentence of the story, and I think it's a good story. So Trey, can you, what were we minting at the time? Do you remember?
We were minting chickens, the chicken derby.
Okay, so this completely is warranted then. So set the scene, please. What were you doing? Like, lead up. Like, I want the whole deal. I want when you left your house or apartment to where you got to and all that.
Yeah, well, it started with goblins, actually. Me and my friends were kind of planning the Friday night out, and they were asking me, hey, can you leave around 4:30 tomorrow? Of course, that's like right around the time that goblins were supposed to be dropping. So I was like, hey, can we make it like 4:45? They were cool with that. And then, of course, goblins got pushed back. So I had a pretty busy afternoon. We were just going to be hanging out at our friend's house, drinking, and then going to a concert that night. So I wasn't even planning on minting chickens. I was only going to do goblins. I was actually in the car on the way over to my friend's house, got my goblins, way overpaid in gas. That's too bad though. I got my 6. And then I just happened to be on Discord, honestly, just kind of hanging out. While I was there, I checked it real quick and someone had posted the chicken link. Like, it just so happened when I pulled it up, it was right there. So I was like, screw it, I'm going to mint some chickens, because I knew that the goblins were doing bad. So I minted the chickens, and then, we were just kind of hanging out, so I didn't have time to check anything. But then I had to go to the bathroom later, so, I had to take care of business. So figured I'd hop on, check and see, I first went to the Discord to see, what are people saying is good. I saw that I had a decent one maybe, so I took a screenshot of it and just sent it over to you guys and was like, can someone tell me if this is good or not? I actually haven't sold any of them. Yeah. So I'm still, I still got a pretty big chicken bag. I still got all 10 of my chickens. I don't even know what the floor price is looking like. I've been too caught up in whales and everything else that's been going on over the last 24 hours. So yeah, that's my chicken story. Checking out my chickens from the toilet at my friend's party.
So Trey, were you minting good whales or bad whales?
I minted both whales. I minted the bad whales and the good whales, and now bad whales, I guess. Whatever you want to call them.
How'd you make out on the good whales? We know everyone made out pretty bad on the bad whales, but how'd you do on the good ones?
The good ones, I came out. Well, I just had like 4 sales go through like an hour ago, so I haven't added those up yet. But I was up like 0.125 maybe. I minted 20 of them. I was pretty bullish on the project. 10 seconds after finding the link and finding out that the kid was 12 years old. So of course I minted 5, and then I saw him moving, so I minted another 5, and then of course I was like, screw it, I'm gonna do another 5. And I actually tried to mint 25, but my last transaction failed. So I got a bag of 20. I sold 5 of them to go up 0.125, and now I'm sitting on probably 11 or 12 now. So I'm probably about 0.2 quarter ETH up, which I'm happy about. You got to zoom out on these things, right? I just sold a couple pixelated whales for $500.
So we got to clarify something. So I come here from fantasy football. That's how I got started. It's how I followed Pete, RotoViz. That was the angle in. Davis, he now frequents the open best ball channel, which surprises me that he's not in ship chasing talking about best ball, but that's great. He's a man of the people. Love it. Hanging out there. I believe it's Davis's fault that I was on the good Mike Thomas. Do you remember this? The good Mike Thomas from Southern Miss. So the good whales are not the pixelated 12-year-old whales. The good whales are the reckless whales. So it's a little inverted as far as making money right now. But
so the good whales are the ones that you made less money on?
That's correct. They were supposed to be better than the bad whales. Do you understand?
I get you, but you're wrong. The good whales are the ones we printed money on.
Yeah, good whales are the ones you made money on.
Hey, I came out 0.3 ETH in the profit on those other the bad whales, if you will.
Did you have a nice hand, or was it a rare one?
It was the 10K out of 10K weighted one.
Perfect weight.
Yes. Yep, the perfect weight.
Patty.
Yep.
Unbelievable. So Trey, tell me your NFT story. We didn't go through this yet with Lou and Babs, but we'll get there probably next show or whatever once the NFT roulette wheel slows down. But how did you get into NFTs? Were you into crypto before Top Shot? Like what's your deal there?
No, so actually I found out about it was Top Shot that brought me in, much like a lot of other people. I just gotten into DFS this year. So started up the NFL season, established the run, got their subscription. So was building some lineups and doing that. So just really got into the DFS space. And then so I'd probably been in it for maybe 5 months, known, actually didn't even know who Pete was, but I did know, Bales and, some of Levitan and some of those guys. So wait, I wasn't plugged in enough. I'd only been in it for like 4 or 5 months. I didn't even know who Pete was. We can cut this out, can't we? Right? Yeah.
No. But here's the order of operations is what's confusing to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know Bales at all, except for through Pete. Did people know Bales without Pete? Babs did.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm just okay. I'm the idiot.
Yep. So must be.
Cut it.
Pete, and I don't want to say like Pete's new to the scene or anything, but Bales, Jennings, those two were bigger names in the DFS world. Beforehand.
Yeah, Tony gets it.
Okay.
So I didn't know who Pete was, but got introduced to the Deposit Kingdom through Top Shot after Bales' article. Pretty much right after that, I was like, I got to find a different Discord. First time using Discord, I was like, this is too crazy. I need to find something smaller. Someone, I don't know who posted it in there, whether it was Pete or someone jumped in it. It was way better. And then, the Club NFT channel kind of popped up. I lurked in there for a while. I think my first NFT purchase was a Panda NFT that you guys were just kind of posting in there. Spent a quarter ETH on that. Still have it. Jumped into Avastars, did that for a while, and then really got. Now I'm just doing the DeFi stuff, but yeah, really into the NFTs now.
Trey, how did you get access to our show sheet? Later on in the show sheet, it's pump our bags time. We're just going to be explicit about it and pumping our bags, but you've already crossed that off. I love it.
Yep, I got that iron. If anyone wants an iron NFT panda, it looks sick. And I think I have it listed for 0.24, so less than what I paid for it. So I will fork it up for less than I paid.
I have one of those pandas left. It's the one that got airdropped because Dan H also we were considered whales, I guess, at that point, because we had more than one. And so they made a custom one that was called Drago, and it had like tattoos on it. That was the names of the top like 5 holders of these NFC pandas. And Dangy might know NFC pandas from when they dropped on Wax not too long ago either. So the guy switched over to Wax, and I think he sold better on Wax because he could do it cheaper.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, come over
I
to
think
Wax.
it's the same guy. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy.
I'm staying away from Wax.
Phil, we'll go back in the history books a little bit. Absolutely 100% Club NFT would not exist without Street Fighter. That is correct. Absolutely. That is why it exists, because people were just buying Street Fighter stuff, including Pete. He dumped those bags real quick.
He dumped them to Phil, I believe.
It was Phil was the mule.
Who was in charge of it. Yeah.
I did enjoy that Pete story of him. I think he was under the influence of something and was just trying to unpack things, and like Blandon was like, nope, I'm out. Can't do it. Which I get. It's a grind. Pete is a grinder, but not that kind of a grinder. All right, everybody. We're gonna slow down the show. We're gonna shut it down very quickly. Any other final thoughts, Lou or Babs? NFT space, anything else? Remember, we're not yet in pump your bag zone, but any other thoughts in general?
The only thing I think we should touch on is what do people have they're looking forward to this week? Like what do you think you're going to mint? Any projects you see in the next week coming up that you're actually excited about?
For me, I already said it, but it's Mintopoly, so I'll spare the rest of it because the game's really not live yet, and there are still NFTs. There's just utility. There's 8-bit art, so if you like 8-bit whales, maybe you like that. I don't know. Lou,
when
do you have
is
anything?
that? What day are they trying to play Mintopoly?
I just looked. It's Friday morning. If you go to your dashboard, it'll show you an hour countdown, and I did some Googling, and it's Friday morning. Lou, what do you have? Do you have anything you're looking forward to? Yeah,
so we have a few that I kind of marked up as potential. There's this Cryptinis one. I don't know if people have heard Cryptinis, but they're I'm not sure how I would describe them. They're like kind of mini avatars that are like different animals, colors. They're kind of like cartoonish. They have a lot of people in their Discord, and it seems like a decent following. I think that one's Wednesday. And then I've been talking to Babs about there's like 3 different dragon projects that are dropping this week. Ben Jamin just had a tweet not too long ago about one that he's working on where you put 2 dragons in, you get a better dragon back. That I think that one's going to be dropping this week. That's out of 7,500. This other one that I was kind of interested in was called Whelps. It has a like How to Train Your Dragon art kind of feel to it. And that one you get eggs, and your dragon evolves over time to like a full dragon, and then eventually you get to breeding, and then you get more eggs. So that one really interested me. It's a little more expensive. That's 0.0777 ETH, and there's 7,770. It's all 7s based. That one kind of interested me as well.
I just Googled Cryptini NFT, and the only thing that came up was an article from Metal Italia on Megadeth's NFT back in April. So,
oh no, you never go to Google for these things. You gotta go to Twitter. It has like a kind of a Space Jam Aliens vibe to it. Actually, their logo looks a lot like Space Jam, which at first somewhat concerned me. I don't know if it is very close to it, but they're only 0.04 ETH and it's out of 10,000. So I'm assuming at 3 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, people in our Discord will start minting those.
Okay, so we'll close out on this, I think, unless Trey, you have a final thought. Do you have anything, Trey?
I was just going to add, I'm pumped for that curated art blocks drop on Friday.
Oh yes.
Final.
So I will be going after that.
Good. I will move
and
some
paying
things
a lot
around
of gas in the process.
Yeah, if my stuff doesn't sell, I'll move stuff around. That's a good looking out there. Jaybird, incredible, just incredible. The gall. I showed my wife. I was really proud of the intro for this because I didn't make it, but I think it looks really cool and set too high of expectations for the actual content of the show. Showed my wife that. She didn't have a reaction, which told me enough. So I just don't show her what I do over here on the internet. So yeah, Justin, the people want to know, what did she say? Or you can also, like, this could be, maybe we're professionals, guys. Next time, I think we might have Jaybird on to talk about what his wife said about the Comma Gang
Absolutely.
NFT. Or if he's getting a lawyer. I don't know. We'll have to find out. So let's pump our bags. The only bag that I want to pump this time are my pills. Please take my pills. I thought I was smarter than the market on pills. I was not smarter than the market on pills. I think pills are great. Phil, don't be worried about that. Nope, not that. Phil, don't be worried about that beer on the edge. It's by design. It's because it's what I'm drinking and it's high ABV. I'll get that in a second and close out with other people with pumping their bags, and then I'll show you the beer in a second. Phil, don't worry. Lou, pump your bags.
Man, let's see. Crypto Beasts, those eggs. You get a piece of land within Eggland, and you want to be generally closer to the center, but those obviously are going to cost a lot more. I have 2 on the very outer edge. I feel like that's a pretty sharp move because, I mean, you always have to walk to the edge of the earth. There might be different achievements for touching each plot of land in the game. We're not really sure about that yet, but the floor of that, it's 0.17, so it's holding pretty strong. They were minted at 0.1.
Lou, I was going to FUD your bags, but that's not in the spirit of pump your bags. So I'm just going to hold my comment. That's why I was holding my hand up. So yeah, no thanks. Yes, Woman's, that is North Coast Brewing. Yeah. Babs, pump those bags, buddy.
Pump my bags. I have very heavy Bulls bags, but I actually think, the artist is really good. They've been hinting at a airdrop, kind of similar to the Bored Ape dog kennel style. And they're kind of hinting that it's going to be a bear. So I actually think, if you're out there and you have, I think the floor is like around 0.17 ETH. If you're looking for some kind of investment, I think Bulls, they might make a run. Like Cool Cats are up at, I think, 0.8 ETH. I think
they're
the
over
Bulls,
0.9. Yeah, it's like 0.95 right now.
I think the Bulls with the right momentum can make that kind of run. So I'm pumping the Bulls bags. I have heavy ones for, just full disclosure here. But I actually do believe in it a little bit. They're trying. They're doing everything they can. I hope they're going to make it.
I love it. I'm sure they will. Trey, you already pumped a little bit of your bags. What else you got, if anything?
Yeah, I still got some Bulls too. So I would love some Bulls. I still got 5 of those. Sold 5, keeping 5. I've even thought about buying back in on that one actually. Kind of like Babs. I think I'm pretty bullish. No pun intended there. Somebody take my rabbits, please. I have, I think I still have 19 rabbits left to sell. And I am that was like my first, I had built up my bankroll, right? Like I had flipped and got all the way up to this point. And then I was like, this one just seems like, it had everything going for it. Huge Discord, a lot of hype. Everybody in the NFT world was talking about it. So I was like, screw it. I'm going to try and get as many as I can. I did. I got my 20 or 25 or however many. Didn't work out too well. And now it's even tougher because you have to manage all of those rabbits too. So somebody buy my rabbits.
This one felt different, right, Trey? It just felt different.
Yeah, I was so I should have went back and deleted that comment, right?
I didn't know if you even said that, but that's
I
think
did.
my favorite.
I think I responded to Babs that day, and he was asking me if I was going to mint, and I was like, I minted 25. This one feels different, or something like that. So
we ate it hard on rabbits.
Yeah, well, yeah,
it felt like it checked all the boxes though. Like it
did.
feel like
That's what I said. Checks all the boxes.
Checks all the boxes. Like it feels good. Like it can't lose. But some of those.
I think the art just came out worse than we thought it would. I think that was one of the big things.
Well, I think part of it was Rabbit Gary. He kind of
you really got to be able to communicate when you're the devs and communicate well. And the ones that aren't able to do that just do not do well. I mean, you see like Bulls and Gutter Cat Gang and Cool Cats, like they have highly competent teams put together that are active on social media and can communicate their vision very well. Whereas Gary was just kind of out there like, why can't I move all the ETH that you guys just sent me out midway through the drop?
I don't understand why you guys want rarity tools. Like, it's just
okay. Read the room,
okay. We're not going to do rarity tools now. We'll do it next week. I have a rant / question on rarity tools. We'll save it because we're already there at about an hour. So, all right, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in, hanging out with us for a little bit Monday night stream on NFTs. We do have a special surprise. The fine people here, Lou and Babs in particular, were like, hey, let's give away an NFT tonight. Let's do it tonight. And I said, no, we're not doing that. We're doing a wheel next show. You got to like this video. You got to subscribe to our channel. You got to follow us on Twitter. It's at Club NGMI everywhere except for YouTube, because YouTube, I don't know why. They don't like vanity URLs. You need 100. Woman's Coin gets it. You need 100 subscribers to get a vanity URL. So it's going to be gibberish until we get to that point. Tell your friends, tell your family. Most importantly, tell your grandparents. They would love this show. It's geared towards grandparents primarily. Thank you all for hanging out. We're going to make it. We have other opportunities and giveaways already. People are clamoring to give away rabbits. I love it. This is awesome. I have other ideas for this giveaway. We're going to at least spin one wheel. There might be two. Have a great day. We're going to make it.